Shalom, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Call Halal Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, and abundance to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that tells is true, and much respect to the Akim out there laboring in his work, and peace and salutations to the hopefully elect that are scattered across the four corners of the earth to USA. Shalom. So this lesson right here is going to be going into why the testimony that we possess through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Shai is the most threatening thing unto Esau Edom and his entire existence. All right, because he ultimately understands his fate according to the scriptures. All right, and also the fact that the Most High is a judge. You see, and so even going back into the time of Cain when he murdered his brother Abel, the Most High told him that he would be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth. And then he proceeded to set a mark upon Cain, which was the mark of leprosy, to keep everybody from pretty much harming Cain at that time. And, through him and his lineage, they went about committing murders and doing wickedness, pretty much going unpunished. And the Lord was pretty much preserving them for a certain period of time. And we know that seed that was pretty much a serpent seed, we know that seed was destroyed during the flood, but ultimately that seed came back, or that spirit came back through Esau Edom, the so-called white man, all right, who came out red all over like a hairy garment. And so as it says in Genesis the 4th chapter, let's get that real quick. This dude will be a fugitive and a vagabond. Now, a fugitive means a person who has escaped from a place or is in hiding, or is in hiding, especially to avoid arrest or persecution, So everything that this man has done ever since he, came into power, as far as iconoclasm and changing the faces of the nations, by changing their names and putting himself up as the people of the Most High, all of this was done in an effort to hide his true identity from being identified, by anyone who would be a witness unto this man and his atrocities, you see. And so also he would be a vagabond. Let's get that real quick. A vagabond means a person who wanders from place to place without a home or a job. And that's why it tells you in Micah 2 and verse 2, they cover fields and they take them by violence, and they oppress a man, even a man in his heritage, roughly paraphrasing. So they go around raping, robbing, killing, and changing their identity. And this is what we have today, which is mass confusion, and it's all in an attempt to hide themselves from the Most High, who is ultimately the judge. So when you go into a witness, and that's why the testimony that we have is so threatening, because he understands that the Most High is the ultimate judge, okay? And so when you have a murderer, without a witness, then there is pretty much no case against him. All right, you don't have a witness with any kind of case or evidence, then there's no one to condemn that man. But now you see the witnesses rise up as we have been awakened from the dead to understand the scriptures, which testifies against this man. So this is what he's ultimately afraid of. So a witness means, or is a person who sees an event, typically a crime or accident, take place, right? Okay. Definition 2, evidence or proof. All right, similar words, you got evidence, indication, proof, and testimony. Evidence or proof provided by the existence or appearance of something, okay? So the testimony that we have ultimately condemns Esau Edom, and it tells you in the book of Revelation, chapter 12, I think verse 11, it says, and they overcame him, that him is Esau, by the blood of the Lamb, that is Yahweh Shai, and by the word of their testimony, you see. So it wasn't going to be anything carnal that was going to overcome Esau, because his blessing is a sword. But it was going to be the sword of the Spirit, this word, that's going to overcome him and condemn him. Because ultimately our justification while justice is going to come from Yahweh Bashmal Shah. It says, and they love not their lives unto the death. All right. So let's go to the book of Psalm 75. It says, the Most High Yahweh Bashmal Shah obeys the proud. The proud is who? Esau Edom, but exalts the righteous. That's the elect. It says, a psalm or song of Asaph, unto thee, O power, do we give thanks, unto thee do we give thanks. For that thy name, Yahweh Bashmal Shah, is near, thy wondrous works declare. All right. It says, when I shall receive the congregation, I will judge uprightly. All right, let's read it in the NLT. It says, the Most High says, at the time I have planned, right, I will bring justice against the wicked. Let's go back to the KJV. The earth and all the inhabitants thereof are dissolved when this nuclear destruction goes off at the judgment of Esau. It says, I will bear up the pillars of it. So when you go on down to verse 7, it says, but the Most High is a judge. He put down one and set up another. All right. And Esau understands that the Most High is a judge. He's a just judge. And so when you go into the word judge in the Hebrew 8:19, it says to judge, to govern, to vindicate, to punish. All right. Vindicate means what? To clear someone of blame or suspicion. All right. Show or prove to be right, reasonable, or justified. And we're seeking to be justified by Yahweh Bashmal Shah because of the blood that was shed by Esau Edom dealing with our people, man. It says also to act as a lawgiver or judge or governor. Okay. So on and so forth, to execute judgment. There you go. That's pretty much all you need to know. And condemning and punishing. Yeah, so the Most High is a judge. He put down one and he set up another. Now Esau's getting ready to go down, but he had to be identified first. You see, and that's down by the mouth of the prophets. So as I was saying before, when I quoted Genesis the 4th chapter, let's just go ahead and get it. After he killed his brother Abel. All right. Now we'll just skip down to verse 13. It says, and Cain said unto the Lord Yahweh, my punishment is greater than I can bear. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid. So he was kicked out, and the Lord pretty much turned his back on him. And I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth. All right. Just got those definitions. And it shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me. And so 15 says, and the Lord Yahweh said unto him, therefore whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord Yahweh set a mark upon Cain, and that mark is leprosy. All right. Lest any finding him should kill him. So he was preserved by that mark. The Lord told everybody else, don't touch Cain. You know, I'm going to cast him out and I'm going to let him pretty much wander about the earth, man. You know, he's going to do all kinds of wickedness. And then ultimately he's going to be paid back, man. So it says, and Cain went out from the presence of the Lord Yahweh and dwelt in the land of Nod on the east of Eden. All right. So from that point on, okay, he had children and so on and so forth, that wicked seed who continue to do wickedness. And ultimately the Lord just flood the whole earth. All right. In Genesis, I think the 6th chapter. But anyway, yeah, this man will be wandering in the earth. And now when a time in which this man has been caught, all right, when we came to life and this testimony was given to us, we identified who the wicked is according to the scriptures. You know, so all this white people, this European, Russian, you know, all these different names, Caucasian that they have given themselves, well, that was all that cover up. All right, to cover up the fact that they are the Edomites and the devil that the Bible speaks of. All right, so now they have been found out. And so now it's time for the sentence. Let's get this real quick. In Luke 18:1. So right here, it speaks about the unjust judge. So it says, verse 1, and he spake a parable unto them to this end, that men ought always to pray and not to faint, saying, there was in a city a judge. This judge is Esau, which feared not the Most High, Yahweh Bashmal Shah, and neither regarded man. And there was a widow in that city. The widow represents the elect men. And she came unto him, saying, avenge me of mine adversary. And that's what we're doing now. We're calling out unto Yahweh Shema Shai and saying, avenge us for the blood that this man has shed. All right. And of course, adversary goes into Satan, which is an opposition. And the ultimate adversary is Esau Edom. And he was not for a while. Yes, the Most High, didn't avenge us for a while. And he still hasn't, but he is very soon. It says, but afterward he said within himself, Esau, though I feared not the Most High, nor regard man, yet because his widow troubleth me, okay, this Most High speaking, I will avenge her, lest by her continual coming she weary me. Okay, so by us crying out unto the Most High, Yahweh Shema Shai, ultimately justice is going to come, okay, because we have the evidence. All right, so let's go to the book of Sirach real quick. Sirach 35, and we'll start at verse 13. He will not accept any person against a poor man, but will hear the prayer of the oppressed. He will not despise the supplication of the fatherless, nor the widow when she poured out her complaint. All right, now complaint is against Esau Edom, the unjust man. Matter of fact, let's get this real quick. Psalm 43 in verse 1, it says, judge me, O power, and plead my cause against an ungodly nation. All right, the ungodly nation is, of course, Esau. Oh, deliver me from the deceitful and unjust man. All right, so that's our complaint. So let's go back into Sirach 35 and verse 15. It says, do not the tears run down the widow's cheeks, and it's not her cry against him that causes them to fall. So these videos that we're doing and us going on the highways and byways and complaining about the atrocities of Esau, all this raping, robbing, murdering and stealing that he has done unjustly, this is coming to the ears of Yahweh Shema Shai, who is eventually going to plead our cause. So it says, he that serveth the Lord shall be accepted with favor, and his prayer shall reach unto the clouds. The prayer of the humble pierceth the clouds, and till it come nigh, it will not be comforted, and will not depart till the Most High shall behold to judge righteously and execute judgment. And that judgment will come in the form of America being ultimately destroyed, man, and these devils going into captivity. All right, so let's go back to Luke 18 and verse 6. It says, and the Lord said, hear what the unjust judge saith, Esau, and shall not the Most High Yahweh Shema Shai avenge his own elect, see, which cry day and night unto him, though he bear along with him. So we're putting up videos day and night. That's why the scriptures say, get the Most High no rest until he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth, and we're testifying against Esau Edom. So 8 says, I tell you that he will avenge them speedily. Nevertheless, when the Son of Man cometh, shall he find faith on the earth. And that speedily judgment that's coming is the thermonuclear missiles, also the chariots, man, that's going to destroy America, while at the same time deliver the elect. And that's going to be the first portion, or the portion of that cup that these Edomites are going to have to drink, man. Okay. So yeah, Psalm 75, and we start verse 4. I said unto the fools, deal not foolishly, and to the wicked, lift not up the horn, that power, and lift not up your horn on high. Speak not with a stiff neck, for promotion cometh neither from the east, and nor from the west, nor from the south, but the Most High is a judge. He putteth down one, and setteth up another. All right, so we're waiting on Yahweh Shema Shai to come through and judge righteously concerning these devils and what they have done, man. And we're going to be covered by the blood of Yahweh Shai to be reserved from judgment. All right, Lord willing, we be a part of that number. So Sirach, Ecclesiastes 10 and verse 10, because of unrighteous dealings and ignorance and riches gotten by the sea, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. Yeah, the meek shall inherit the earth. All right, and these devils are going into captivity to drink of their cup. All right, matter of fact, they're going to drink double. So that's pretty much it, man. You know, the words that we speak. Matter of fact, I forgot to get one scripture. Got to get this one, then we'll close it out. This pretty much sums it up. 2 Thessalonians 2 and verse 8. It says, and then shall that wicked be revealed. Okay, this man's been hiding himself. Okay, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, right, by the prophets, the testimony, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. So as we can see, it was going to be us exposing this man by the way of the scriptures. That's going to lead to Yahushua returning, the one whom Esau fears. That's going to destroy this man. So it's the word that's going to defeat Esau and nothing carnal. All right. And it's all going to be done through the names of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua. So with that, Lord willing, you're edified. Till next time, I say Shalom.